Hi, this is Andrew. This is my first crime story video I've done in a while. This one is on scheduled execution of Brad Keith Sigmon up in South Carolina. Of course, many of you know that he is chosen to be executed by firing squad. Now, here's a little description. Brad Keith Sigmon was convicted in the double murders of his ex-girlfriend's parents, William David Lark and Gladys Gwendolyn Lark. He was dating their daughter, Rebecca Lark, until she broke up with him, and he was outraged when he found out that she was dating another guy, and he decided if he couldn't have her, no one will. He abducted her and opened fire at her, but the bullet missed, and she escaped with her life and unscathed. However, her parents, as I mentioned, William David Lark and Gladys Gwendolyn Lark, were beaten to death with a baseball bat by Brad Keith Sigmon in their home. His execution is set for this Friday on March 7th. And he has chosen the firing squad because now in South Carolina, they have 2 weeks prior to the date of their execution to choose a method. If they fail to choose, then the default method will be South Carolina's electric chair. But this will be the fourth execution by firing squad in the United States since the reinstatement of the death penalty. The last 3 executions by firing squad in this country were all in the state of Utah, which has been known for that method of execution. These are the 3 who have been executed by firing squad. First one, as you know, was Gary Mark Gilmore in 1977, who killed 2 people during separate robberies. The first one was a gas station attendant named Max David Jensen. And then he ended up, then on another night, Gary Mark Gilmore robbed the front desk of a motel, and there he killed the clerk, a newlywed father named Ben Bushnell. He voluntarily ended all of his appeals and asked for his sentence to be carried out. And of course, his last words were after he looked up were, "Let's do it." Now, of course, you know the way the firing squad works in Utah, which will be the same in South Carolina, is there are 5 volunteer executioners. However, in South Carolina, there will be 3. They'll be using bolt-action rifles, and one of those rifles will carry blanks. That way, none of the executioners will know who fired the fatal shot. They just strap them to a chair and put a hood over their head and a target mark over their heart, and they aim for it and fire. The second one who would face firing squad would be a convicted child rapist and killer named John Albert Taylor, who had raped and killed an 11-year-old girl named Charlotte Nicole King. And he was executed by firing squad in 1996. Then the third one would be in 2010 of Ronnie Lee Gardner. He was at a courthouse going on trial for a second-degree murder during a robbery, and when he made a run for it, he shot a lawyer there named Michael Burdell and was sentenced to death for it. And in 2010, the reason Ronnie Lee Gardner chose the firing squad was that he said he had lived by the gun and wanted to die by the gun. And of course, that's how he was carried out. And of the 6 on death row in Utah, only 2 have chosen the firing squad, who are Ralph Leroy Menzies. They've been trying to get his date of execution set, but what's holding it back is being that he has dementia. And of course, Ralph Leroy Menzies, he was convicted of brutally killing a female convenience store clerk, Maureen Hunsacker, after he abducted her at knife point during a robbery where he tied her to a tree and slit her throat. The crime was so brutal that they sent him to Utah's death row. And the other one is Troy Michael Kell. He was a member of the Aryan Brotherhood, serving life without parole when Troy Michael Kell and another Aryan, Eric Daniels, killed another prisoner, Lonnie Blackman. Of course, he was black. From what I heard, Eric Daniels was serving a few months for check forgery, but Troy Michael Kell was serving a life sentence, and they did a Gladiator documentary on him. Now, the fourth one will be, as I mentioned, Brad Keith Sigmon, and he has chosen the firing squad, and this will be the first firing squad execution in South Carolina. And of course, Idaho's plan has already put firing squad as the method of execution, but now this new bill will make it the primary one, since it's getting harder to carry out lethal injection executions in Idaho. And of course, they've already carried out 3 executions in South Carolina. And after Brad Keith Sigmon's is carried out, there's still 2 more that They're going to set of McCall, Dean Motti, and Stephen Vernon Bixby. Well, hope you enjoyed the video, and just let me know what you think. Thank you.